My name is Alistair Lee, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can view learning resources in Adobe Experience Manager 6.2 Communities. I'm logged into a fictional healthcare enablement community here, and there's two different tabs that I can click to view learning resources. The first one we'll look at is the Assignments tab, and the Assignments shows me a personalized list of learning resources that have been assigned specifically to me. So this list would differ depending on who's logged in. By default, this list shows up as a card view. I've got a different card for each of the different learning resources. And I can also see these in a list view if I want to fit more on the screen and see how I've rated some of the existing learning resources. I've also got the ability to quickly search for specific content to find it really easily. Let me switch back to the card view. This view shows me a lot of information for each of the different cards. In the top left-hand corner of each of the different learning resources, for example, I can see the type of content we're dealing with. The video icon shows me that this is a video, which is becoming a more and more popular format for learning content. We've also got a presentation icon showing me that this is in fact SCORM-based content. It's a quiz that's going to test my understanding, and we can incorporate SCORM-based formats into communities. We've also got a document format here. It happens to be a PDF, but we support many of the different Office formats. In the upper right-hand corner, I can see a tag that shows me my status. In this case, some of the content is in progress. I'm partway through it. Some of it's new. I haven't even opened it up yet. And some I've completed completely already. If I click on one of the learning resources, I'm taken to the resource page. And here, obviously, we can see the resource itself, but we've also incorporated a number of social features into this resource page, including, for example, the ability to rate the content, to provide feedback in terms of its value. I've got all of these social profiles in terms of being able to reach out to the resource author, contact, as well as the expert. We've also incorporated threaded conversation into the learning resource page as well. So even though this is an on-demand, asynchronous learning resource, we can still incorporate community conversations through threaded content and threaded comments. We can even rate comments up and down, again, to more easily find the most valuable content available. If I click on the learning resource itself, it will start playing exactly where I left off. We're able to track somebody's progress through a learning resource. This gives us two things. First, obviously, the student can resume where they left off without having to search for that exact spot. But more importantly, it tells the resource author how many people are not only watching the video, but finish watching the video. We'll see that when we take a look at the reports in another video. If I go back to the assignments, there is one other type of content that we haven't looked at yet, and that's the learning path. And when I click on this learning path for the cardiovascular system, for example, it opens up a number of learning resources that make up this learning path. In this case, we're not forcing the order. I can take these in any order I'd like, but we can, as a resource author, specify a specific order in which these learning resources should be taken. And again, the default for the learning path is this list view, but I can also switch to the card view here as well. In addition to the assignments page, which shows me a personalized list, I've also got the ability to click on the catalog, which shows me a list of learning resources that are available to anybody. In this case, we've got the ability to self-enroll in any of these different learning resources. It's an experience more similar to YouTube, where I've got the ability not only to search and find something quickly, but to use tags to filter specific learning resources. So if I want to see just the learning resources associated with the topic of diabetes, for example, I can click on that diabetes tag and see just those learning resources. This is a great way to make learning resources available to your entire community without assigning specific resources to them. That's a quick look at how you can view learning resources in Adobe Experience Manager 6.2 Communities. Thanks for your time.